I'm Denise Plumpton. I'm Non-Executive Director for the 360 Degrees IT event, and I'm here to talk with Ian Campbell, who's the Chief Information Officer for Transport for London.
I'm Ian Campbell. I'm the Group CIO at Transport for London. That's essentially all the transport services, walking, the cycles, tubes, buses around London on behalf of the Mayor. Well, as you say, it's certainly quite a wide variety, and the needs of any one of those modes of transport is quite different. And what we have to do is be very specific to what they need, and yet also, of course, be quite efficient in the way we provide all the IT services. One of our big initiatives with the Mayor and the other organisations across London is to do Wi-Fi for London. So within the M25, we're looking at different pilots and projects that will give London sort of total enablement in a wireless and mobile environment. Of course, the profile of London means it's very difficult to get all the coverage in the right way. The technology is moving so fast, so we have to take both of these factors into account. And at the moment, we're actually even experimenting with 4G, where we believe it will be actually quite beneficial because of the virtualization of the network and the ability to do very secure as well as very open networks on the same bandwidth. Every organisation has to be able to be compliant and totally secure. And here at the exhibition, there's a whole range of organisations who've got different products and offerings, and I'd be surprised if anyone came here and couldn't find something that they could take back and use in their organisation. What we find is that the IT makes all this information more enticing for them. So, for example, they want to know when the next bus is coming on. They want to know where they can go and find out information about the timetabling, etc. And we've now created the London Data Store, which makes all this information available. And we're finding a lot of developers doing like iPhone apps, Blackberries, etc., creating these things for our cycle schemes, our tubes, and that enables all the people who live, work, and travel in London in control of how they get to where they need to most effectively. Because as you can imagine, as they arrive, now they have their sort of smartphones and they want to look about London, say, here I am, that's where I'm trying to get to, what are the options I have, whether to walk, take the bus, take the tube or different things, or they might be going to an event. And of course, coming up in 2012, we have the Olympics, and we must have everything totally in place there. We know we're going to be inundated with extra millions of people, and we have to accommodate them both from a travel, ticketing point of view, and of course, to and from the games. And there's no way that TFL can do all of that ourselves internally, so we are looking for partners. We are working with them to come up with innovating ideas that we can actually put together as our combined services and put them out of the market. Good. It's very varied. I think the whole range of keynote speakers, the workshops where you can get more intimate with the technology or find out in the solution centres means there's something for everyone. And some of them are quite sort of informal and quite interactive. So I was quite surprised, but pleased that was all that. And in the main exhibition hall, of course, there's, as I said earlier, there's such a variety. And I was quite pleased about some of the way they're looking very forward. And that way, it's helping us because we do need innovation. And sometimes the best place to get it is at a location like this, at the exhibition, where people are promoting new ideas. You have to assess them, of course, that they're the right thing for you. But I've seen at least 2 or 3 things that I would definitely be taking forward. Obviously at tfl.gov.uk, certainly there's a lot going on there and people can find out, and we're finding increasingly different organisations are doing mashups with our information into their own, and within that also I mean like Google and Microsoft as well, and we're very pleased that global providers like them see the opportunity about working and collaborating with us and putting it out into the market. What we now need is some more of the integrators to look at what can be offered and about letting us outsource to them and host it as well, and that will provide a full sort of complement right across London.